I discovered I was able to sleep without the treadmill. Now my first night there, I slept just long enough to have a short dream. But after that, I could go to bed at 11. And initially, I could sleep till they woke me up at around 5:30 to give me my medicine, water, breakfast. But without my trazodone, pretty soon, after the first week, I'd go to bed at 11, wake up, it'd be like 3:30, unable to fall asleep. I'd lay there until they came to give me my medicine and breakfast, and then I was able to go back to bed, eventually fall asleep, wake up, just before lunch was about to be served, and feel awake. I tried, the worst time in jail was in the morning. I tried to sleep that time away, make my time in jail feel as short as possible. Last night, for the first time ever since 1996, I went to bed around 3 o'clock. I did not wake up until I was ready to wake up. And when I woke up, I tried to fall asleep again, but I couldn't. I lay in bed for like maybe 20 minutes or so. Finally got up, thinking feeling that I'd be lucky if it was 9 o'clock. I stood out in the hallway because my vision is so fucked up. Every time I wake up, I cannot make out the time on the microwave in the kitchen. So when I walked out there, I was dumbfounded to see it was 1:20. I slept from 3:30 to 1:20 uninterrupted for the first time ever in decades, almost 2 decades. I'm going to be able to get up early tomorrow morning to go to church. So I'm glad I went. I hope these changes last though. I hope it don't go back to where it was. But I'm glad I went to jail. But the abuses I suffered at the guards, those lying sacks of shits. God, I pray to you that their abuse of me come back on their heads. Unless, of course, you're going to punish me for the bad things I did to them, throwing food in their cells. I was respectful to the guards. There was a few times when I got enraged and threatened to have my parents sue them if I had another stroke. And there's one time I asked for the 5th time if I can have my razor. It was razor night, Wednesdays and Fridays, and they kept telling me they'd bring me a razor. I asked for the 5th, and never did. I asked for the 5th time. I finally screamed out, "When am I going to get my goddamn razor?" And he said, "No, I'm not going to get it for you." There was 2 times when they served me my lunch and didn't give me a plastic spoon. I had to ask one time, 3 times before they went and got me a goddamn spoon. The first time I asked for a spoon, and I don't remember, he was non-committal. I heard him walking away. I finally screamed out from behind my door, when can I get a goddamn spoon? No, when can I get my fucking spoon? He thought, look, he was like, you'll get more done if you ask nicely. But what am I supposed to do? Eat my food with my fucking hands? That cholesterol cholesterol fattening food, those brownies, fattening desserts. When I finally got through the thick skulls, not to give me white bread because I was allergic to it, or cheese. Half the time they bring me a brown bag that said wheat bread only, and I could eat it. The other half times they'd bring me white bread, sometimes with cheese. I told them I had lactose intolerant, but they still kept bringing me milk. That's alright. I used that milk to make that cell smell like hell. And it is gonna be a big time bitch for them to remove that fucking stench from where I pour that milk into that small centimeter groove running from one side of the window to the other, between the bars and the screen. Between the in the metal, between the bars and the screen. Hey, shooting a YouTube video, baby. So I'm kind of afraid to call for God to punish them, because He might punish me for the things I did. And I'm afraid to call upon Satan to do it, because I'm trusting God now to give me my dreams. If I call upon Satan, God will depart from me, because He hates both. He's the only God. And you sin like that, He'll depart from you. And you'll get nothing. But I'm glad I went to jail. But they got me by the balls. They're gonna probably try to make a deal with me, because they know if I plead not guilty and beaten dead in court, I'm gonna have grounds to sue. I might just take that chance. But if I get convicted in the felony, false report of mass destruction, here's the video. You tell me. Did I lose my disability, SSI, and perhaps my Medicaid and Medicare? And if I can't afford my medicine and have to run the risk of having another stroke, I'm going to seriously have thoughts about killing myself. Because I will not suffer another stroke and be debilitated like I was, unable to communicate my thoughts with people. And if I have a second stroke, it might make me unable to walk or use my arms. I will kill myself before that happens. So I may have to take the plea. But until then, I've got friends in high places. Man, I'm feeling really bitter today, because I did an arm measuring video with this woman, and mine is not longer. Man, that's one of the things I'm going to trust God for, to get the surgery, to get those long forearms, so I had not had an honest, good, hearty erection since 1996, because my fetish, having longer arms and longer than girls, is unmet. In prison, in jail, I loved it when the inmates were cursing one another, talking their gang shit, and cursing one another out. Motherfucker. I didn't hear the N-word used too much, but words most I heard motherfucker, bitch, shit, fuck you, constantly. And listening to them bitch and gripe was peaceful. Helped me fall asleep better. When I was in general population and they'd be talking up a storm, not cursing one another, but just talking up a storm, that was so peaceful. I could fall asleep. And I didn't like it when one of the guards came in and bitched at them for talking too loud. That pissed me off. That made me unhappy because I loved hearing them talk up or stuff. They were on that side of the wall. You know, there was the area opening the size of the other half, the half of the wall blocking them. I had my mat in the corner because it was overcrowded, and I was perfectly happy because I was, you know, not among them. But even when I got a bunk, I was put on disability, so I didn't have to get a top bunk. I was happy then, even among them, because there was always at least one inmate who went out of his way to look after me. Inmates were cool for the most part. There was this blood and isolation. Me and him got into a shouting match, and I finally got angry and said, "Look, come on, bring it on, because I will kill. Because if I can, I will fucking kill you. Sleep 8 hours, not you. Blankety, blank, 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 blank." I said the N-word. I called him a porch monkey. And in spite of that, there was black people who heard me calling him that, who would tell him, who would talk to me nicely and tell me, "Be careful what you say." But there was another guy, "You talk to my homie like that, you motherfucker." Man, it would make me so happy if just one time I could get attacked by a tough, badass thug and get in the fight for my life and kick his ass and rise up victorious, just so I could say I did it once. Not just be a rapper and be a pussy, but be a rapper and gotten my hands dirty in a fight and kicked someone's ass who was tough. Not just anybody's ass, not some softy man, a tough man. I wish to God, if I had $1 million, I'd give up half of it to be able to have the ability to have the motor skills back instead of being this fucking retard, which they called me a retard in there. To be able to truly, physically not just beat them up, but beat the shit out of them. A tough guy thug. First degree murderer. Be able to not just beat him up, but rip out one or both of his eyes. Permanently, man, push my finger into his throat and permanently damage his ability to speak. If I could do that to a tough guy, just one time, I would feel like a complete human being. Just one time. And it would give me some street cred. All the other people say, "Leave that white boy alone. If you see him in the hood, don't fuck with him." Fear is better than respect. Don't get me wrong, I love to be respected, but if you got people respecting you, and somebody goes on YouTube and because of Google's fucked up way of doing it, they can use your first and last name and download your videos and say stuff that you didn't say that cause people to lose respect for you. But if people fear you, and you go out and you break into this house and ransack it, and they find out, they're gonna fear you even more. So fear is power, man. Give me fear anytime. Except I want the girls to love me. I don't want the girls to fear me. Or the kind men. But cops and gangsters,